Hey there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So it's Sunday now. We're doing an episode of This Week for those of you who are new to the channel and have not seen this before. Basically every Sunday I try to get it out by noon. I do an episode on what I'm going to be doing on the channel for the week. I may do some stuff that also talks about some stuff further into the future as well. I may correct some things from the past as well if I think there was something that needed to be corrected. So for today, we'll start a little bit with the past. I have a couple things. First, I do apologize for the non-episode of What's New. As some of you may be aware, I did announce it last week that I was starting a new job. It took up more time and energy than I originally thought, which is often the case when you start something new. There's a lot of stuff to learn. A bit tiring, a little bit stressful, so I wasn't able to get home in time to produce that episode, so I do apologize for that, but I don't foresee that happening again this week. So we will do the episode we were going to do last week. We're going to do it this week, and I'll try to be on cue with everything from here on in now that I've got that part of my life settled up. So the thing about this episode 2 is that we will also be talking a little bit about a mini-series that's going to go forward in the future. So without further ado, let's get underway. So normally what I do is I just go over what I'm going to be doing for each show for the week. So the first show to be coming up other than this one will come out tonight, which is a show that me and Ben put together, and it's called Music Commonalities Compared. So basically what it is that Ben will give me 2 albums, or maybe 2 guitarists, or maybe 2 singers, or some other commonality, something that's musically related, rock musically related, of course, and they have to have something that's in common. There's some commonality between the two, and then I'm just going to talk about the 2 things that he's chosen. So for this week, he's chosen 2 guitar players who are I think, fairly well known in the rock music industry. One of them is, of course, SRV, or Stevie Ray Vaughan. The other one I don't have any albums for. That's Rory Gallagher. And when you come to the episode, I will talk about the things that they have in common, and then some of the differences, and my own experience with both of them. My experience with Rory was limited to this episode, and it wasn't through any particular choice. I wasn't avoiding him or anything like that. I just, at some point in the 90s, I kind of got away from that rhythm and blues, or the bluesy kind of music, and before I got into Rory. And so he is somebody I've known about, talked about a few times, but trying to get a little more experience with him here. So we will be talking about him and Stevie Ray Vaughan on that show tonight when it comes out. The next show that we normally do is Monday night's look back at a classic rock album, and obviously it comes out Monday at 8 o'clock in this case. The album I've chosen to do for this week, my look back at a classic, was this one, Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman. Some would say it's his best album. Some would say Blizzard of Oz is his best album, and other people who maybe came into him a little bit later may say some of their other stuff. But for me, it's definitely one of the top 2 of his albums, so we'll be doing that on my look back at a classic rock album show on Mondays. So Tuesday, it's the week of the album sides. So last week we did ranking the songs off an album, and we alternate that usually with the next week being followed up by album sides. And I've chosen an album. I actually had 3 or 4 in mind, but I decided to pick this one because I wanted to give some attention to this album. So Genesis Nursery Crime will be the album. The side we're doing is side 1, and I'll be ranking the songs off. Well, not am I ranking? No, we're just talking about them. Sorry, thinking about something else. So I'm just going to be discussing the songs on side 1 and why I consider that side to be a near perfect side. The next show up is favorites. We'll be doing a 5 album thing this time. So we've done 2 10s in a row, and now I'm going to do a 5, and this one is going to be 5 albums that grew on me. So what that means is that I maybe initially didn't like them, or I didn't really listen to them much, or whatever the case is. For whatever reason, when I first got them, I never really paid much attention to them, or I didn't like them initially, or something got in the way for me liking them. And then over time, I began to listen to them, and then they grew on me exponentially to become really good albums for me. So I have 5 of them chosen for this week. I could have done 3 episodes, and in fact, I probably will at some point, but we're going to start with 5 for today, for that show, for favorites. So the next show is the one that I missed last week, so we're going to be doing that this week. It's the group 6x6, Beyond the Shadowland. This is I've listened to this entire album already. Just going to start putting the video together when it gets time to do that. It's a really good album, I think. Progressively, it's got a lot of that, and if you like that kind of progressive music that's a little bit heavier or a little bit more riffier, you'll probably like this. So I hope I can see you people who love that kind of stuff come out and support me on this episode. So Thursday night, that's for what's new. Then we have nothing on Friday. We're going to start the new ranking of the albums the following week, but this week I'm taking another week until I'm 100% at my work. And then so Saturday night we will be doing an episode of metal. We haven't done metal for a while because of the Exploring the Prog Universe 3 episodes in a row with Hawkwind. This one will feature Black Sabbath. I chose this album because it's currently in my playlist. I like it quite a bit. So 19 albums by Black Sabbath. I didn't think it was that many, but there was quite a few in the Tony Martin era, Glenn Hughes era that I really didn't get into because they came out after when I was kind of out of that music phase for a while there. But I did listen to all of them this week, and so I'm pretty confident that I can do this pretty one-off in one episode. Very familiar with the early stuff, even some of the stuff up to about 1984, and this one as well. So I'm hoping people will show up for metal, and this week we'll be doing Black Sabbath. So that's it for the regular shows for this week. We also will be possibly doing a series. It really just depends on time. Sorry, I was thinking, and sometimes when I'm thinking, my eyes go up in the air. I don't know why I do that, but we'll try to break away from that. Anyways, so we'll be doing a series. I have a couple in mind. I will attempt to tackle one of them during the week, and if I can get it out, it'll come out this week. If not, I'm pretty sure it will come out next week for sure. So hopefully we'll get that done. As for upcoming stuff, so the series with ranking the albums with Ben will start again next week. We did have a champion on the final episode of the first installment of this series. We did 8 weeks where we had 4 albums, and I ranked them, and then I took one out, and we ended up with 2 semifinals with 4 albums in each, and then we had a finals which featured Griffin's Red Queen to Griffin 3 against Big Train's Folklore, and Griffin won that very slightly. It was a really good album, really excellent album. So we'll be starting that again next week. Ben will give me four new albums to rank, and we'll probably do the same thing we did on this last series. We'll do an 8 weeks of ranking, and then 2 semis and a finals again. I thought it was kind of enjoyable to listen to all these new stuff that I hadn't heard before, and some of it I had heard, but not a lot of it, because Ben has an extensive collection of CDs and has a lot of stuff that I had not heard before. So anyways, we'll be back with that. As far as any other series going on, so I have several that I'm working on. We will probably present them as timely as I can. I was thinking about doing a monthly series this week until I ended up with the new job, so decided that I probably shouldn't push myself to that extreme so early. So I'm thinking I will do a monthly series next month. I have a couple of ideas in mind of what I want to do, but I don't want to jump the gun yet. I want to look over the couple of ideas that I have and decide which one might be the best suited to that purpose. So anyways, there you have it. That's what we're doing this week. I hope to see you all out there this week. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, as those things help me out. And if you have any comments or anything you'd like to see or any suggestions, you can put those in the comment section below. I try to answer everything. If you're derogatory in any way, I may or may not answer you depending on what you say. Sometimes I just ignore you. Sometimes I'll just not block. I never block anybody, but I may not. I may just delete it. It depends on where you're going with it. If you got some criticism about something, that's great. I had a discussion with a guy that lasted almost the whole week. Last week he didn't agree with something that I wrote, and we had a discussion back and forth. And I can see his point of view. I see, that's the kind of thing I want. Somebody has a different point of view of me, and they'll debate back and forth with me, and then I get a little bit of an understanding of where they're coming from and why they see it that way, and it makes me think about what I'm saying as well. And then on the other hand too, they also see my point of view. So that to me is what debate is about. That's what discussion is about. You learn something from it. If it's just to trash somebody, I don't really see the purpose to that. Like if you don't like me and you don't like anything I have to say, probably just best not to watch me. Anyways, I hope to see most of you during the week, and we will talk to you later. So have yourself a good day. Bye.